Whoa. Welcome, everyone, to the show. We have another special guest here today, Tyler. How you doing today, Tyler?
I'm doing great.
Awesome, man.
It's a beautiful day.
I'm glad to have you on the show.
I know. I've been waiting for months. I've been watching all these videos. I'm like, when is Carl going to ask me to come on?
Preparing.
Yeah, man.
For the best.
Gonna have you on, man. So
yeah, it's good to be here.
Yeah, our schedules and all that stuff, but whatever.
Yeah.
So, real quick, man, how you doing today?
I'm good. Yeah. Like I said, it's a real nice day. Okay. So, I kind of get that seasonal depression.
Oh, yeah, man.
when it's shitty out or rainy or gray,
you kind of feel down a little bit.
I don't want to do anything. But now we're getting into that nicer weather. So, I woke up, had coffee, I chilled.
Oh, yeah.
I stepped outside. It was like a nice 60. I'm like, oh, it's going to be a good day. I'm going to Carl's house for the podcast.
Oh, yeah, bro.
I can work with this. It's 60. I can work with this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, Freddie, how you doing today,
hey, man? Not bad.
Okay. Everyone's favorite internet troll.
Not
Freddie,
favorite.
internet troll. Yeah, everyone likes that. So how you feeling, man? You're doing good. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. This is early for me.
Yeah.
Told me to be over at 10 and I was freaking out because normally I'm rolling out of bed at like 12:31. But, once I get up and get moving, I'm like, this is good. I'm more productive. So I woke up,
good,
I made my coffee, I chilled. It's like 8:30,
Oh, there you go.
And then, I came over. Like I said, it was nice out. Now I'm here. I'm feeling good.
And you were on point. You were at 9:55.
I beat Gilbert or Freddie here. I beat Freddie here by 30 seconds.
Yeah. Oh, so he's on point. So when you wake up early.
When I gotta be somewhere, I'll be there.
Yeah. Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Don't play no games.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So on your way here, man, were you listening to anything? Were you talk radio or music or anything?
I don't really listen to talk radio much, but
you listen to music?
Yeah, I listen to music. I like everything. Normally when I'm just kind of cruising, like here, I listen to like classic rock. So like 70s, 80s. Yeah, like 100.7.
Does anything stick out to you that you were listening to? Were you jamming out? Were you singing to something?
Yeah, no.
You don't sing, bro? Come on, you don't sing in a car? We all sing in a car.
No, actually, it's funny when I listen to music. Yeah, I don't even actually really listen to the words. Like it's more of like I guess rock is more like just the drums and the guitar and like if it's like rap, rap is more for like when I'm going out and partying.
Oh yeah,
drinking on a Friday night.
Absolutely,
and it's just the beat. I couldn't, I might know the chorus, but I really don't know the words. Like, you see people singing the whole song and they know 30 different songs. So no, I don't sing. I really don't know most of the words. I just kind of,
So you listening to the music?
I'm listening. Yeah.
Have you ever played a musical instrument or ever thought about that?
Yeah. I play guitar.
You do?
I started. Yeah.
Wow, man.
I started playing. Well, so I started playing at like, I don't know, maybe 12. I got my first guitar for Christmas because I wanted one. My parents started buying me guitar lessons from someone they knew. So I started doing that for a few years. I got better.
It's cool, man.
And then when I stopped that, I continued to do it. Now I have an acoustic guitar that sits in I have an electric. That's what I started on. Yeah. I got an acoustic that sits in my living room. If I have girls over, I could play them something corny, whatever. But
singing
now
Kumbaya.
Whatever they like. So, but that just kind of sits there now. I haven't picked up the guitar in a long time.
What would you, 1 out of 10? Not saying you're the best, not saying you're the worst. What kind of score would you give yourself on a guitar?
Maybe when I was, playing every day and starting, I wasn't like shredding, but I could play like simple soul or whatever.
Nice, man.
Out of a 10, I'd say maybe I was getting to a 7. I wasn't bad, but I wasn't still anything great.
I'll have to show you. I have electric drums, so I'll have to show you what I can do on the drums.
Oh, we should start a band.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
Guitar.
Oh, man.
Look at that.
Yeah. Wow.
We just need a singer.
Let's do it. Yeah. Who do we know that sings?
I don't know, man. Maybe Ronnie.
We'll be like, it'll be rock, but we'll have the rap, like Kid Rock.
Yeah, something like that.
Old Kid Rock. Now he's more country, but, you know. Yeah, that'd be good.
Something like that. That'd be cool,
bring
man.
that back.
It'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting, man.
I'll have to bring my guitar next time. Yeah. I'll play a tune on the podcast.
Yeah, man. Maybe you could do the intro music or something like that. That'd be awesome. Look at that. Yeah, man.
Get people to notice me, and they'll forget about the podcast.
Oh, absolutely.
They're just going to play it for my intro, and then they're going to end it there.
That's it, man.
It'll be good.
Just listen to that intro. So.
Yeah. But how are you feeling today?
Man, I feel okay, man. A little tired. Just dealing with normal shit, man. As you guys could see as you came over, I tried adding a waterfall, an indoor waterfall,
and it's coming out great.
Yeah, right.
I have to tell you,
coming out giant hole in your ceiling.
yeah. There's a giant hole in the studio ceiling right now, man.
You need to hire a cameraman so when we talk about stuff like this, we can move the camera and show everyone watching what we're talking about.
Oh man,
because it's bad.
Oh yeah, it's pretty bad, man. But
it's like we said earlier. Just take a couple of those posters,
tape
them to the ceiling. No one will even know.
Exactly. I hope so. That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
There is a new poster. I saw that.
Well, speaking about posters, absolutely. Thanks to Sweet Lou, man. Gave us the Predator poster. Thank you very much.
I want to hear your best Arnold impression right now. Go.
Oh God!
Get to the chopper!
I knew I was going to that one. Come on, real quick. Best Arnold impression. Go.
I don't even know if I can do it.
Get down.
Get down.
Come with me if you want to live.
Oh, man, go. No, I can't do it. I can't do it.
No, you can do it.
Get to the chopper.
Oh, no, I can't do it. No, I'm camera shy now.
We'll come back to that, man. We'll come back to that, but back on track here, man. If you could have any type of superpower or anything else like that, what would it be and why?
This is tough because it's not something I ever really thought of. I actually just started getting into superhero movies too.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah, now that, it's probably like the biggest thing, I guess, now, right? I actually still want to watch the new Spider-Man movie. But
yeah, man.
Anyways, to answer your question, I guess, invincibility. Maybe? Okay. I mean, something I'd really have to really think about, and that's kind of the first thing.
Like Superman or something like that.
Like Superman,
like being invincible.
Like being invincible.
Is that something Superman has? See, I'll see. And even though I got into superhero movies, I haven't watched Superman. I don't watch Batman. Okay. It's the Marvel ones.
Oh, the Marvel ones.
Yeah.
I would view it. And again, with when we had Marcus over, I'd view it as like a Deadpool because a rejuvenation type thing.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
That's what
like
Marcus
Wolverine.
said.
Wolverine's invincible for the most part because he has that healing regeneration. So then he has those adamantium skulls.
So we can go with that, like a Wolverine type thing.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, even I've watched Deadpool, so I kind of get that. Like my legs get cut off. I had baby legs growing out.
Yeah, they come back.
Yeah,
but that's like invincibility.
Yeah,
but now, can Wolverine grow back body parts?
I don't know, man.
So
I don't know.
What's Wolverine's invincibility to? Like, what?
Well, he has healing powers. He heals really fast and stuff like that.
Okay.
Plus, he has his adamantium skull or skeletal structure, so basically his bones cannot be broken. But at the same time, too, back in the day, the comic books, Magneto actually pulled all his adamantium off of his skeletal system, man, and he was really fucked up for a while, man. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, see, so I'll take Deadpool's invincibility.
Yeah,
I don't know what animejo skeletal stuff is, but
adamantium.
Excuse me.
Get it right, gosh.
Jeez.
What was I thinking? I should know this stuff.
We're ending the show right now, and you're watching all the fucking superhero movies right now. Goodbye, everyone. See you later until he's done watching these fucking movies.
Thanks for coming by.
Yeah, I guess Deadpool. I mean, I'd do that, I get my arm chopped off. I have a new arm in a week or whatever it is.
Yeah, man. That's kind of fun. That's pretty cool, man. That's
I guess.
Good stuff. Yeah. So another thing, do you have any sports teams that you like? You watch sports or play sports or anything?
So, no, I don't play sports anymore. I'm getting too old. I wake up sore now.
Yeah?
I can't be playing sports. I'll end up hurting myself. I rolled my ankle just like a couple months ago. I rolled my ankle getting up from sitting down. Like,
oh man,
it's just too risky now. I grew up playing sports. I played football from a young age, and
wrestling. Anything else?
I did do wrestling. Nice. I started in middle school. I was absolutely horrible my first year, but it was new.
We all.
And then I was slowly getting better, and then by high school, I did. So a lot of people assume that I did sports like all through high school. And going back, I wish I did.
Yeah.
My freshman year, I did sports.
Okay.
And then I started working under the table, and I was like, I don't know what I was making back then, but yeah, let's just say it was like $200. But back then at 15, that's like $1,000 a week.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I started getting like, I guess, greedy or whatever. And like, so I wanted to just stop doing sports. And I'm like, so that way I could work, all during the week, still have the weekends off kind of.
Yeah.
And, so I did that, but, and then, I never was huge into watching sports. Yeah. So like, I mean, if anything now, it would be football when it's on. I mean, baseball bores me. There's nothing. Hockey, I guess the fights, that's kind of funny, but I don't really watch that. And even football, I don't keep up with that. I mean, there's people, at work, they're talking about players and
stats and all that stuff. I ain't got time to watch and like figure out all that stuff, man. I got real world problems to deal with, man. I ain't got time to think about other people's shit, man.
Not talking about, shit. If they like that.
I guess that's an escape for a lot of people, man. They kind of focus on other things.
That's a hobby too. I mean, you could consider a hobby because you got fantasy football.
This is true.
Yeah. So you playing fantasy football is a hobby.
It's I mean, to them, it's exciting. I mean, like to me, in my free time, like on Thursdays, which is my Saturday, I wake up, I do my thing. I clean my house and hit the gym, go food shopping. And then usually by 4, I'm chilling, I'm showered. Yeah. And I just watch movies the rest of the night. Whatever, I'll go on Netflix or Hulu or TV. And I just, whereas I guess someone, like I enjoy that.
You heard it someone here, else. Tyler likes Netflix and chill. Oh yeah. Hit
all the girls watching.
Netflix and chill.
Phillies fan? Would you say Phillies, or would you say you don't have really like a team?
So like I said, like baseball is so. Now obviously I've been to Phillies games. Yeah. Back in the day, like we get a group of us go, but I just went to get drunk.
Of course, man.
Dollar dogs, whatever.
Dollar dogs.
I mean, so I guess if I had to pick, Phillies is our home team.
Yeah, because it's the closest one around here.
So I mean, growing up as far as football goes, I guess I was Steelers more because I really like Troy Polamalu.
Okay.
I thought he was really good at, what he did. But, I mean, like I said, now I barely, there's guys who are like, they're like dreading going into work, Super Bowl Sunday or something.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas
dude.
I'm like,
whatever.
I don't care.
Whatever.
It is what it is.
It's not a football.
But yeah, I guess Phillies, if I had to answer that, it would be Phillies.
Yeah.
But,
fair enough.
Philadelphia fans, I always see them in the news. They get such a bad rap,
Yes, they do.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's embarrassing. It's probably all true. I watched I forget who it was. He used to play in football, and someone asked him, like, now he's big on TikTok because I'm always on TikTok watching.
Oh, geez.
And someone asked, and they said, "What was your least favorite place to play, or like your whatever?" Like, I forget what exactly the question, but he said Philly hands down. He's like, those fans were so mean and whatever. I forget exactly what he said, but I'm like, oh man, that's so embarrassing.
Philly's the city of brotherly love.
I don't know where that came from.
Unless they're losing. Then they're throwing beer bottles, wanting to fight people.
Yeah, man.
They're fighting each other.
Stay out of our city is what they're saying. Yeah. Go back to where you came from. Stay out of Philly. I don't know, man.
I don't even go anymore. It's not worth my time.
Nah, I hear you, man.
AC is where it's at.
Oh, yeah.
Way better than
Atlantic
Philly.
City. Yeah, absolutely. The Boardwalk Bullies. Yeah, I went to a Boardwalk
Who's
Bullies.
That?
There was a hockey team.
That was actually not bad back in the day to go somewhere, watch a hockey game.
It was like an amateur
is that
hockey.
where that stadium is, right next to Bader Field?
That's surf, isn't it?
No.
The Flyer Stadium
surf.
or whatever.
Thought it was surf.
That was a surf stadium for baseball.
Isn't there like a hockey?
No, the hockey, when I watched, it was at the Boardwalk Hall. They had the hockey rink in there and all that stuff. I think they practiced there at the Philly skate zone or whatever, but they actually I watched it at the Boardwalk Hall. Actually, the one game that I did watch.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I don't know if that was around. I went to a surf game once. That was cool, I guess. I don't know.
I don't think they're around anymore.
No, there's
done
nothing.
Like 2 years
surf
ago,
team's been done. I know that.
Here.
If they're done, I'm sure hockey's done too.
Yeah,
there's hockey's been done, which was
I think they were trying to do like an arena football thing.
Yes,
I heard they were talking about that.
Yes,
but I don't know where they're at in that process. There's a few people.
I don't see it getting big. I don't see
arena football,
but it's something. It's something locally. At least something local guys can actually get into and kind of invest in stuff like that. And then if they do go from there, probably they could get scouted from there and possibly, go from there.
Should I try out?
You can do whatever you want, man, if you want. I mean, but you're talking about waking up out of bed and
I'll roll my ankle walking on the field.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I gotta go, man. I'm just done here, man.
This is too much.
This is too much, man.
I'm sweating and I don't like it.
So, what about you, Freddie? Do you got a favorite football team or sports team or something? Like that?
Phillies. Phillies fan. We go with Lou, who we just had on the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got to answer the same way. You got to say lifelong fan.
Lifelong fan.
Yeah.
Phillies. There you go, bro.
He recognizes that.
Yeah,
I told him that's exactly how you answer that question.
Absolutely. 100%, man. He's a good dude. Good dude. Have him on again as well.
So you like baseball or football more?
Football. Football's more exciting to me. Now, to go to a baseball game and to go to a football game, I think going to a baseball game is probably a little bit more exciting.
Is it?
I think so. Because football, depending on where you're sitting at and everything like that.
Yeah.
What's you might be up high where you don't get to see or hear the hits. And
right. You ever catch a ball at a baseball game?
Yeah, you could. No, I haven't, but
have you?
No.
Because you brought it up, man.
No.
You sound like you had a first-hand experience, catching that ball right out of there.
I wish.
But you didn't mention, I would say I would pick a hockey game over all those, I think, anytime. Just go to a Phillies game because you can actually hear, see everything.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Fights. You said fights,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
very exciting.
I went to a hockey game when I was younger, and I remember it was just starting. The whistle just blew, and two hockey players were already I saw a helmet go flying. I'm like, what the heck? This is crazy.
You're getting into it, man.
What happened? They just went out there, It's crazy. I love it. I don't know why more sports why did it become that hockey, they'll let them fight for, 20, 30 seconds, but football, they're all just trying to fight for the ball. They're not even really fist fighting. They're breaking it up. And I wonder why that is.
It's
because I feel like that's half the excitement in hockey.
Well, I think there's no real, I don't know, man. In football, you actually have to make contact with that person for the ball, to stop the ball, stuff like that. Well, hockey, you're passing a puck around basically. So yeah, there's going to be physical contact. You see what I'm saying? But you could really take your aggression out on a person in football, tackle them and all that stuff.
You could do that with hockey.
Well, I'm saying, but
I know where you're going with it, but
you see what I'm saying? The objective is to stop that guy with the football.
But there's players that their objective is to stop that person with that hockey puck. They don't even care.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They're hitting them,
what are they called? They're called bruisers, right?
Yeah.
Bruisers. Yeah. There's a movie, The Goon.
Yeah.
Yes, the movie The Goon. That was a really good fucking
That's a
movie.
good example.
What you guys are talking about.
I know you don't, man.
But watch it.
We'll school you up on that, man.
Please.
Sean William Scott. He was a hockey player.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
You know what? I did see
terrible hockey
movie.
player.
Yeah.
Bucket
It was
literally
supposed to be like a comedy, right, or something like that.
Yeah, it was like
I like even American Pie.
Yeah.
Road Trip.
Absolutely, he was good. Fun and all that stuff. And then this was more like a dramatic.
Yeah,
funny role.
It
really didn't fit the bill for him for some reason, but I'm still very entertained with it, and everything else like that, with the whole hockey scene and being a goon and everything else like that.
Right.
But yeah, man, I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, I enjoy movies. I don't get into those dramatic movies though. I like comedies, horror.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
So, since you said horror movies, if you were in a situation of Friday the 13th or Michael Myers or Jason, what would you do?
Would
you be running? Would you be fighting?
You can't fight. There's no fighting that dude.
No,
he's like an unstoppable force.
None of them.
I understand.
They're unstoppable. All of them.
They can't be killed.
So they're supernatural.
You're better off running.
They are. Yeah,
but eventually you get tired.
I don't know. They always stay. You got Crystal Lake. They stay and I get it. I guess they go into their car, try to start it, and somehow it doesn't work. Haddonfield for Michael Myers. I'll just leave. I'll take a bus and just leave the town. He's staying in his hometown. I'll just leave.
I would go with the supernatural, man. If that's supernatural, maybe for some reason that Michael Myers with the supernatural abilities prevents that car from starting. And again, that's just me trying to defend it,
So,
you're right.
But Jason went to New York.
Oh, that was a corny.
Was he lost?
He went to space.
Yeah.
He lost in there.
He went to space. Jason X.
Even worse than Manhattan.
Exactly, man. Horrible.
Yeah.
Now, Freddy, he invades your dreams.
Yeah.
So
there's
pretty
no
much
escaping that.
There's no escaping that.
Except in Freddy versus Jason, they give the kids the medicine so they stop dreaming.
Yes.
And then everyone in the town forgets about Freddie, and that's what makes him weak.
Yeah, man.
You guys seen it?
Look at that.
I did see it, but I don't remember that. So
I mean, you know, I guess you can escape him that way. But it's like Freddie said, like if Michael wants you, I mean, you're not getting out of wherever. I mean, that's my plan. I'm gonna get out of the town. He just wants to go back to his hometown and kill some people.
Yeah, that's all.
I'll just leave.
Well,
what if everyone take a bus to the next town over?
What if everyone left the town though?
What's that?
What if everyone left the town? It was like a ghost
No, there's never that many smart people in a movie.
Well, it is a movie.
Always.
How else would you make a movie?
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know, man. I guess not.
It's just, I don't know. I'm just gonna accept my fate. I'm not even gonna run. I'm just gonna, sit
all right,
there.
everyone else run. I'm gonna take this one for the team.
Yeah, but I want them to remember me. I want like a statue built of me right in the middle of town. You know what?
So, let me ask something about you. Let's get a little personal with you.
Oh, geez.
Oh yeah, man. Let it all hang out. Let your hair down.
Oh. You don't want all that.
So you joined the military.
Yes.
Let's get into that a little bit. About how long have you been in the military?
I'm coming up on 3 years now. 3 years. It's military was never something I really thought about getting into.
Okay.
So when I was, graduating high school, I already had, a couple friends I knew who were older than me, a year older. Mm-hmm. They joined. They hated their lives. And a lot of the guys in my grade who were always talking about joining were like the guys who like didn't go to school. They were like, just screwed up kids. And I'm like, and I always was under the assumption like, they don't get paid much, whatever. So I never thought about joining. Now that I know, they all went wrong. They did like active duty and they did like active duty Marines. And, that's not for everyone. I couldn't even, I'm not doing that. It's, you get moved around all the time and, it's very serious and strict. So, I start my job and I start looking into the benefits of the military and I'm like, all right, I'm young. I don't have kids. I'm like, I could do, I was talking around before I joined and I'm like, all right, I kind of made the decision. I'm like, let me go talk to a recruiter. Mm-hmm. So my recruiter was in like the same boat I was in as far as my plans. And, he's talking to me and he kind of, made it even more. I'm like, all right, I think I'm going to do this. And it's the Air Force. So we always get like made fun of. We're the Chair Force and
Air National Guard or your
Air Guard. Yeah. Okay. So,
gotcha.
And that's even better because you don't have to move. So, I mean, you get deployed, whatever, but your home station is your home station for life. So wherever, mine's in Pomona. So
I gotcha.
I don't ever have to move Jersey if, I didn't
Unless you wanted to, right?
Then you can transfer, but it's not like active duty where you graduate boot camp and tech school and they're like, all right, you're getting stationed out in Kansas,
Yeah, they're shipping you.
And you see your family once a year, your friend, whatever, and you leave everyone, you're in Kansas. Like, the hell wants to go there? Alaska, like some people do. I don't want to do that.
Okay.
So talk to my recruiter. He gets me set up an appointment for MEPS, which is basically where you go before you join to, you take a test and that's where you score to see what jobs you're eligible for. Yeah. And they do a whole bunch of, medical things. It's very, very weird. So it really sucked because the night before we had to be up at 3 a.m. And I guess like my nerves and everything, I didn't get to sleep until like 1:45. Oh, so I'm running on an hour and 45 minutes or an hour, whatever it was of sleep. And it's a long day at MEPS. And,
I went through that process once before.
Oh yeah. Okay. So, Yeah. So about the duck walks in front of the weird creepy
and all
doctors.
That stuff. Yeah, man.
You're in a cold room with 10 other guys in your underwear. And that's it. And they're like, squat down and walk for me across the room. I'm like,
not like a dragon, like a duck.
Like a duck. Like,
take your socks off.
Like, and the doctor, like,
now quack for me.
Quack for me, daddy. Like, what's going on here? But it's funny too, because some of the doctors look like they're not normal. Like they look like they like this shit. So, you go through that, you go in the room one-on-one with the doctor. It's even a little weirder.
Oh, big time weird.
Yeah. They're checking you,
I know what's going on.
So then you get done that. So, I actually scored not great, but I think I scored like an 80 or something, which is above. That basically means you're like 80% higher than I guess people in your age group or something along those lines.
Yeah, I got you.
So it was like something decent.
Yeah.
The unfortunate thing was I'm colorblind. So
okay, yeah.
That took away like 99% of my jobs. But then it kind of worked out because I got pushed into it's called aircraft structural maintenance.
Oh,
so
nice.
it's the sheet metal shop of the Air Force. So anything on the jets or whatever planes are at your base, we have F-16 jets.
Nice.
So anything structural wise, sheet metal, fabrication, new parts, rivets, it's all installed or we fabricate it. Yeah. And I'm still newer, so it's still all kind of, I'm still learning a lot. I don't know much, but no, it's a great. I mean, I love my shop and everything. So I got lucky because it's something I never would have picked.
Yeah.
If I wasn't colorblind, but it kind of worked out. And
yeah, man, that's how things work.
It's like one of 3 jobs you can take that if you're colorblind. So it worked out, and I like it. And then I got deployed 6 months after getting back to my unit, which that was cool. So it's crazy because the day I was going to enlist, my recruiter's like, we were getting on base and he's like, all right, he's like, this is it. He's like, I was swearing in. He's like, there's no turning back. And it really hit me.
Oh man.
I'm like, I'm starting to sweat and, they're having me raise my right hand and do it. And I'm tripping on words. Cause now I'm nervous. I'm like, God, what if I regret this or, I'm miserable, whatever. Yeah, but no, it's been good. I love it.
Good. I'm glad to hear that, man.
Yeah. I mean, it gives you experience as a normal person.
Were you able to fly in a jet?
No.
Or could you? Do you have the opportunity to?
You're talking about fly with a pilot.
Correct. Yeah. They go, hey, jump in. We're going for a flight.
They do them. They're called incentive flights. They actually, when we were down in Florida in January, they were doing them. Obviously, I'm newer. I'm lower on the
totem pole.
Yeah, so it's going to be, I will eventually. And it's funny because they break every time they come down. There's and I used to be scared of flying. And I think after joining and flying all the time. And then when we flew over to Afghanistan, that was we were on the plane for 20 hours.
Oh, hell
so
yeah.
So made my fear get over. So now I'm whatever, it'll break, but I'll still fly in the jet because you're pulling 10 G's. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
So I haven't done it yet, but they do them. So I will eventually, hopefully. Awesome. And that'll be exciting.
I wonder how they do crash landing tests with those. Do they glide? So if they shut off the engine, do they still glide and can make a landing gliding down like airplanes?
So yeah, well that's funny. A funny thing you bring up too, because once when you get in where I'm at and stuff, you start to see how planes. You as a normal person, you get on a plane and you're like, oh, they did a full 100-point inspection, and in reality, it's not like that. And we hear about all the issues. Whereas a normal commercial airline, you don't when you're on the plane.
Oh man.
So I think jets are light enough where they can glide. They say planes can glide, but a lot of guys I talk to are planes are so heavy, they don't glide the way you think. Pilots are oh yeah, we're trained if an engine goes out, but then an engine goes out and I guess, the stress or whatever, and they panic and don't know what to do. And it's just, there's a lot more to it. So
crazy, yeah.
I think they can glide. I'm not sure. Hopefully I'll never have to figure that out.
Yeah, hopefully you're never in that situation.
They have wings. They got to glide somewhat. And what I mean by glide is it's just not going to take a nosedive. It was a helicopter.
Right.
There is no gliding. It's just, if something stops, it's just going down.
Wherever.
Yeah. So at least you can make some sort of landing with them, I would think.
Hopefully. I mean, even that whole Hudson River thing when, he did what they're trained to do. But, you talk to people who are on it, they say they're pilots say, oh yeah, we're trained if we have to land in the water, but it's actually a lot harder than you think. And a lot of people have said he's lucky he pulled that off without destroying the plane and killing it's just, there's a lot you think, they say you get on a plane and you don't have to worry about anything because there's backups and the pilots are trained for everything. And it's 50% true,
I believe birds got into the engine, which I don't think there's not much you could really do about that.
No, there was nothing he could do about that. It was more of the landing in the water that they're trained to do, but it's, just because they're
so
trained, they make you feel safe, but it's really a lot harder and, they might not really pull it off 90%. It's just a lot. You start to learn, especially when you get in my job.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. There's, something's broke on the plane. They're just throwing some speed tape on that bitch and letting it fly.
Yep.
600 miles an hour, 30,000 feet in the air.
Oh,
scary.
Yeah, absolutely. So do you have any interesting boot camp stories?
I mean,
how was boot camp? Was it like what you watch on the movies and stuff like that? Like Full Metal Jacket.
See, that's Marines. See,
yeah, that's
it's
a Marines.
Funny because Marines, if they watch like videos of our boot camp or Army, they're like, "Oh, that's cute." You know, our instructors weren't even allowed to curse. You know, they'd be like, "Are you pissing kidding me?" or something. You're like, "What?" Like, yeah, it's I mean, I don't know. I mean, so I learned, you know, I kind of just skated by. I laid low. I'm like, I wasn't trying to stick out or be like class leader. And
that's the way to do it, man.
Yeah, exactly.
So you don't get picked apart.
So I did all that. I can't really tell you if there's any good stories. I mean,
okay.
I shut myself off with stuff like that. I turned into like zombie mode. So, you know, I just kind of go with the flow. We're getting yelled at. I'm just standing there and, you know, or whatever, go get in line for lunch. I don't know. It's just like, there's nothing exciting. It's Air Force. You know, we get treated good. I got fed better there than I've eaten since I've been home.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
man.
Great.
Oh, there you go.
I actually miss it. I go back.
Well, you're still in, so you can really do whatever you want.
Yeah, you're right.
So, I got a few things, man. Something that kind of sparks something up a little bit interesting. I read something about 10 unspoken rules for men.
Okay.
Now, I highlighted 5 of them that I thought were really interesting to kind of get your guys' feedback and stuff like that and kind of see what you think. They're not in any type of order or whatever, so I just wrote a few things down just to get through them. One of them is never shake a man's hand while he's sitting. So what do you think about that?
Very rude.
Yeah, I mean...
Who's more rude? The person who's trying to shake that person's hands who's sitting?
The person sitting down. If someone's coming up to you to shake your hand,
you're supposed
to, out of respect, yes, you stand up. The person coming over, shaking their hand, is, I guess, expecting them to stand up.
Or
so if the person doesn't stand up and shakes their hand sitting down, I mean, would I take it disrespectfully and be like, you know, not like that person or think whatever? No, but out of respect, yes. If someone comes up and shakes my hand, I'm going to stand up and...
I wonder if like someone like that's a huge business owner, like Elon or something, like would he take that as, you know, we can't do business with this person? That's what I'm kind of wondering.
That sets off a precedent, like the first appearance and all that stuff, and kind of like, you know, for me, if I'm presenting my hand to shake and you're sitting down, now is there a time limit? Like if this guy goes to shake my hand while he's still sitting, do I pull it away? Or do I just put my hand out there, wait for him to stand up and kind of like...
If he's sitting and you're all the way... So you have to now bring your hand down.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Like his like down there like, hey, man, how's it going? Like, that's weird.
I know. I mean, like...
Maybe give him some time. Start across from the room, put your hand out, make eye contact with him for the next 20
like,
feet.
Like duck walk.
Give him plenty of time. Duck walk to him.
And he's not getting up.
If after that he doesn't get up, keep it moving.
Well, there's something one of the podcasts I listen to is The Art of Manliness with Brett McKay. And he talks about stuff like that. I have one of these books over here. I could show you guys and all that stuff. And
the library.
It's like the library over there with a bunch of gentlemen and stuff like that, like modern day gentlemen and stuff like that. He was saying something like, if you put your hand out and nobody shakes it, you know, pretty much it's like, you know, you're like, yeah, go bake a cake or something like that. It's like, you know, you could have like comebacks or something like that, which is kind of funny. But I don't know, man.
Go bake a cake? Is that
bake a cake?
Is there any other?
That's a real bad comeback.
Yeah, it's a real bad comeback.
They're gonna think twice about not shaking
go
their hand
bake
next
a
time.
cake, basically. It's pretty much you're not man enough to shake my hand. It's like have some respect and all that stuff.
I agree. Yes,
and a good handshake too, man. Some people I shook their hand and I feel like there's no life in it. I feel like I'm just shaking like a dead fish.
Yeah, right.
I'm like.
I mean, that's like. I mean,
I'm not here to grip and break your fucking hand.
But
I just want to feel that embrace of another man.
Of course.
Like, hey.
And I'm sure you've all before a job interview, you know, look up tips for job interview, and that's one of the things when you shake a hand.
The handshake.
It's like you said, you don't want to break their hands, but you want a nice firm squeeze. It shows. I think it said it shows confidence or something. And I agree. Absolutely. I mean. If I shake someone's hand, now if I shake a girl's hand or something, I just meet a girl. I kind of just grab it and
gently.
I'm not doing some manly.
You're gonna caress it.
Yeah.
But for the most part, interviews or, meeting someone new.
Stuff like that.
You give it a squeeze. I mean, if you don't, and again, if I shake someone's hand and they don't, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm never talking to them again. But, I'm not the person they're trying to, like if they were shaking the president's hands and they did that, the president's going to be like, oh yeah, this guy, whatever.
You don't care. He probably shakes everyone's fucking hand.
Yeah, you're right.
So you couldn't
He's
really
not
tell.
even all there. Yeah.
But, So number 2, silence is confidence. Now, for me, I believe that a lot. I believe silence is confidence because it's not talking about it, it's being about it and stuff. It's like I don't have to showboat or explain who I am and how I am to you. You're going to see that as it is.
So like actions speak louder than words almost.
Yes, right. That is what I have to say. And that comes into another one as well down here. This another one is when they talk shit behind your back, don't react. Prove them who you are. And that pretty much goes back to back with that silence is confidence.
I think half the time if someone talks shit behind my back, it's probably true. I'm just like, whatever.
Man. Well,
you're right.
Well, it depends on if it's a true story or not.
True.
But also, I think they had to do that to boost themselves up.
Well, that's another thing too. Like I look at it as when someone's talking shit about me is their life is so miserable, so fucked up in that situation. They have to put me down to make themselves feel better.
What would you say? So what would you say? Because everyone's different. So talking shit behind your back. If someone was just like, because you're not going to make everyone happy, obviously, but let's just say someone, what would you consider talking shit? Like, do they really have to bash you, or could it be something even just as simple as like they told someone like, yeah, Carl's tattoos are stupid.
Yeah, that's
would you consider that like talking shit?
I would consider that talking shit versus like, I heard Carl did this yesterday. I mean, if you hear a story like, I heard he, threw this or did this, or I don't know, perfect example, but I think saying something personally about him, which is his tattoos is shit. That's something personal about him.
Yeah, that's
my
life choice, stuff like that. But
right.
No one wants to know the fucking story of why the tattoo that I picked and all that stuff. But I'm not going to get into that story now. That'll be for another time when we talk about.
But if tattoos. I said I heard Carl broke his watch and threw it against the wall. Like, I don't think that's talking shit. I think that's telling something that
right.
More like telling a story or saying, hey, heard he got upset and he did this.
But then by the time that story gets to the third person.
That's true. Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why it goes back to
Carl
being
threw
silent.
that watch and beat up 3 women.
Whoa, no. No, not at all. That is definitely not a man thing, beating up a
You're
woman.
An asshole.
That is not a man thing. I do not condone violence against women at all.
Speaking of, that's rule number 4.
Yeah.
Do not put your hands on women at all, man. That's fucked up. I don't believe that at all. You're definitely not a man if you do that. So let's move it right along here. Number 4, forgive but never forget. And I think that's a real key thing, because if you are crossed by someone, or if someone talks shit about you, I learned, man, I forgive you in the moment that you were whatever the fuck you were doing, or however you're feeling, because we are very emotional creatures, all of us, and we kind of like go off of emotions and stuff. Sometimes we say things or do things because of that, so forgiving someone if they crossed you or said something wrong about you and you found out, like, yo, man, why are you talking shit about me? It's like, well, I forgive you, but I'm not going to forget what you said or what you did. You're now going to stay, over there in that category. You're,
oh yeah,
I'm not 100%. Letting you in, not letting you into my life or anything.
I don't let a lot bother me.
Yeah.
So
you can't, man.
So there's not like a lot of times where I'm like, oh, this person made me mad or whatever.
Yeah, dude.
But, if they continue to do the same thing, you forgive them once, maybe twice, maybe. But like if they keep doing it,
it's like, all right,
whatever. No forgive. Don't forget and don't forgive.
I think that also
never.
I think that means also don't dwell on it. I think that's why it says don't forget, but also, forgive. That way you don't dwell. That way you're not thinking about this person all day. Like, this person did this to me. I can't believe it. I can't believe he would do that. I think it just means, forgive, forget about it, but not forget about it, but don't forget what that person did to make the same mistake.
Absolutely.
But don't dwell on it. Like, let it go. Yeah. But remember that.
Don't let that shit bother you. Like that 5-minute conversation, is that going to fucking bother you all day? like that interaction with this person for 30 seconds to a minute. This guy cuts you off. You know, are you going to set your whole day is going to be all fucked up because that 30 seconds this guy cut you off or something?
No, you know what? It's because Elon Musk actually said, I don't know how many seconds are in a day, but he said, let's just say it's 80,000.
Okay.
He was like, you know, if you had $80,000 in the bank account and $60 got stolen from you, would you just throw out the other remaining amount? And, you know, obviously you wouldn't. And he's like, well, why would you let 60 seconds in your day ruin the other remaining amount of seconds?
Yeah, man, you're breaking it down.
I'm not going to lie. It's good. Yeah,
that's good, man. I never heard that before. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
I'm not going to lie. If something like actually does make me mad, I probably do dwell on it for like the rest of the day. I'll be laying in bed staring at my, like if someone pisses me off or, you know, I think like, oh, they think they won. It kind of makes me mad and like, I'll get over it. I'll wake up.
I guess cut me off. Oh, I can't believe him.
I guess if you react, the way that you react, you know, is if they win or not win. You know what I'm saying? Like if you see what I'm saying?
We got to be mature and responsible, and you can't really.
Well, like I said, we're very emotional too. So I mean, it could be up in that moment. It could be the straw that breaks the camel's back, and kind of like you're already getting a shitty fucking day, man, and then this one little thing just fucking sets you off, and you're like,
everyone has those days.
Yeah, man. We all have that, man.
So you were very close with the seconds in a day. So it's 86,400. So you were very, very close. So I just real quick wanted to look it up. I was like, you know what?
Yeah, dude.
Well, I just want to see like because I was kind of interested like to see like how much exactly. Like I knew you were close, but I wanted to throw the exact number out there just to give you more of an idea of exactly what you were saying. So when people listen to it, they could go, yeah, you know, there's actually more, and you're still going to throw away. You know, I mean, even more time, So
exactly,
So it's a good quote to live by, I guess.
Yeah.
The last thing that I was interested in this list was never talk about your problems. I don't know, man. I could go either way with this. I would talk to my problems with friends and stuff like that, family members, certain family members and stuff, to kind of like maybe give their insight or their perspective of this situation and kind of like help me get over it. Or sometimes
advice.
Yeah. Advice.
Right.
Or sometimes you just need to vent and get it out.
Yeah.
So there's certain things with that. Now, I'm not going to talk about my problems with just any person because that person's probably happy that you have those problems.
Makes them feel better.
Makes them feel better. Like, man, that guy has a shitty fucking day. So that's a lot of things like I hold inside deep in myself. You know, that's for myself, and I don't really have too many outlets except for you guys I talk to. I kind of, you know, you guys are entering into my life, and I'm entering your life. We're kind of interacting and all this stuff, and you know, we'll get to know each other and feel comfortable, and we talk about some shit.
I think it's different. I agree with you. You know, like I talk to my mom a lot when you know I have opinions or you know even if I do have a problem. And it's not. I think it's more complaining, or you're one of those people that just like
we're constantly complaining.
The world is against them, and you know why it's always happening. And you're complaining, and it's just to everyone, and you never have a normal conversation. You're just always
just fucking
bringing
Debbie
people down. You know?
Oh yeah, dude, they're fucking bringing it down. Like, oh man, just stay over there.
Yeah,
like it's good to vent and everything, but it's not all shit.
We all have problems, you know.
I think to take that a step further, I think it just means that don't constantly be complaining about everything every single day of every single thing, because that's all you're going to be doing. Then you're going to be dwelling on that nonstop.
No one wants to hear that. And
no one wants to hear
taking seconds away.
I mean, we get
your life.
Yeah, let's talk about fun stuff to get you in a better mood. Let's talk about how you went skydiving. Let's talk about how you know movies. Let's talk about something that would put us in a better mood and not dwell on the complaint. Now, if you get into that later, you go, hey, you know, I got a friend I'm sure would go, hey man, you know, what's up with you today? You know what I mean? Like,
you could see. Talk to me. You could see that if you're interacting with people and you're connecting with your friends and all that stuff, and you're like, yo, man, you seem something like a little bit off. Like, you okay? You're like, I didn't sleep that well. I was thinking about this.
Yeah.
You know, I got this fucking hole in my ceiling, and you know.
And friends know how you normally are.
Exactly.
So, you know, if you go all month without complaining, and you have that one day where it's not like, you know, your friends are going to be like, oh, this guy sucks.
This guy, I don't want to fucking hear his problems. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one time he complains or says something.
If it was every day and half the problems are normal real world problems that we all have.
I gotcha.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all have our own individual problems.
Exactly.
And our own individual problems are big problems to us. Like my problem, that might be big to me. It might be nothing to you because you're dealing with your own shit, man.
Right.
You're going through your own shit.
I don't have the hole in the ceiling.
You're going through your own shit. Yeah, man. It's just a hole in the fucking ceiling, man. I tried
and that could
tried having a skylight here in my condo, except that I forgot that I had a second floor. There's a second floor here and someone's living in there. Stupid me.
That could be the least of your problems. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It can always be worse, man. I always look at it.
It could always be worse. Absolutely.
It can always be better, but it can always be worse.
Absolutely. So that's what I look at it. You got to look at the bright side of stuff, man. You got to look at positivity in the world and all that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's a burden. Like I'd be annoyed with that, I think. I mean, there's nothing you can do, but if I came home and saw that, I'd be like, why me? I'm going to go to work and complain tomorrow.
When I got home,
it's
60 degrees outside. I come home to this.
I got home, man, and I was pretty fucking mad. But I'm like, it's not like someone intentionally did that or something. You see what I'm saying? Like,
you can't be mad at your neighbor.
Accidents happen, things happen, stuff like that, man. So you're just adults, and you just get over it.
It is what it is.
Keep it moving.
My shower handle just broke last week. I've been turning my water on and off with no needle nose pliers.
Oh man. Oh, bro.
Such a rough life.
Oh man. So let's one more thing to talk about, man. Here in New Jersey, this great garden state that we live in. Recently, there's talks about legalizing weed or marijuana, we'll call it.
Cannabis? What are they calling it?
Cannabis.
What is it?
Marijuana. I don't know, man. There's a bunch of different technical terms, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I think something like that is.
And do we know if they're just legalizing like one thing?
I don't know, man. This is something that I just heard.
Mm-hmm.
I saw something in the news, a news article. I didn't get a chance to fully read it and all that stuff. But yeah, man, it's interesting. So
yeah,
I'd like to know what you think about that.
Jersey's about to get rich.
Oh, yeah?
With all this
a lot of taxes
cannabis,
on that, a lot of money,
Yeah, driving over, the radio station had someone, I guess they were posted outside of the Delilah Road.
Okay.
I guess there's a cannabis store there.
Yeah.
And they were, I guess just saying, they said the people were camping out at like 3:30 in the morning.
Waiting to get their weed?
Spots. Yeah. And the line's getting longer. And I mean, they're obviously open now, but traffic is worse than normal there. And, but they also said that prices are double, I guess, of what you could get it from your dealer down the street or, so it's double the price. But there's always going to be the people, too, that don't want to break the law.
Yeah.
So they're not going to
do it the right way.
They're going to do it.
Now, are you getting a better product now that you're going to an actual legit place? Is the product going to be better? Again, with everything, I
don't know, man. Is stuff...
But they get to tax the shit out of it, though, I bet.
Oh, yeah.
But is it watered down? You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. I don't.
There has to be some sort of regulations. I'm sure they got to follow.
There has to be regulations, just like alcohol. Well, you can only have a certain percentage of alcohol by volume for your drinks and all that stuff.
They got
like I'll talk about Red Stripe. When I was down in Jamaica, Red Stripe on tap, awesome. Red Stripe here, it's there's a certain alcohol by volume it has to go by where it's some type of parameters and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not the same.
It's different.
Yeah, it's definitely different.
What is Red Stripe? What is that?
It's a beer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a beer that they have down there in Jamaica. I'm not sure exactly where it's from, but I know down there it's on tap and everything. And that's the first time I ever interacted with it or had it, and I enjoyed it. So I was like, oh,
you're excited. You came.
Yeah, man, I came back. I'm like, oh, Red Stripe, and it's not the same. It's not the same, man. It was like Corona. It was like watered down.
That's interesting. So you think like Corona in Mexico is better?
I don't know.
Mexico's shady though. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
You'll drink it and get sick or something. I don't know.
I
mean, because the resorts is probably just American.
Pretty much.
Right?
I would say, yeah. I would say if you were at a resort, I would say that Red Stripe maybe didn't have to follow as much rules, but it's still probably, if you didn't get sick from it, I think if you drink any water anywhere out of the United States, you probably get sick. So I definitely used their water.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they probably definitely.
But going through the whole brewing process and all that stuff, it's still, I guess cleanses it. Maybe I don't know, man. I don't know the whole process.
Regulations.
I don't know.
Maybe the alcohol kills it.
Yeah,
true.
But
there was that span, like a year or two ago, where that one was at Venezuela or some resort where 13 people died from the alcohol in the resort. You remember that?
Yeah, I heard about that. I don't remember the full story.
And then I think what eventually came out was the resort was refilling, I guess, bottles with different liquor or whatever. Really? I don't know the whole story, but yeah, like 13 people or something died.
Yeah, I do remember hearing that.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of scary, man. It's like,
but what do you feel about that? You think it's gonna be good? You think it's gonna be good for the population and all that stuff? Do you think it's going to cause crime to go up? You think there's going to be more homeless people?
Crime should go down.
No, it should go down. Yeah.
But honestly, they're arresting people for petty stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, I got you. So maybe crime will go down if they don't arrest people anymore, I'm guessing. Especially if you got illegal. Just don't, obviously same rules apply with drinking. Don't be carrying around in your car and have it in your front seat and sitting there store it properly, put it away. Right. Be responsible.
Be responsible about it. But not too many people are responsible because they're still drinking and driving. They're still accidents.
But would you rather have someone drinking and driving or high and driving?
Oh. Neither one.
Neither one of those. Of course, that's the right answer. Well, yes. But now we got marijuana's legal.
Yeah.
Would you rather have them high and drive or drunk?
I don't think there's a difference, is there?
There is no difference, I don't think.
Well, you're going to go with that. I don't know. I mean,
I think there's a difference. I agree. You're still impaired.
You're still impaired.
But I think you're better off being high. Yes, you're definitely impaired. I'm not saying it's safe or whatever, but I'm saying that I think it's safer than drinking and driving. If it was going to be one or the other.
In the aspect of you can die from alcohol withdrawal, I don't think there is any type of withdrawal from weed or marijuana. You know what I'm saying?
You mean like alcohol poisoning?
There's alcohol poisoning and there's withdrawal.
Oh, you can die from alcohol withdrawal?
Yes. That is actually the only withdrawal you can actually presumably die from what I believe.
No, you could die from any withdrawal, but I would say higher numbers.
There are higher numbers of alcohol withdrawal.
Majority is probably alcohol withdrawal.
I didn't know that. What do you die from? What is that? Like your body just needs it that bad?
Yeah, your dehydration, all that stuff, man. That's
drink more Gatorade.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. Drink more Gatorade.
I don't know. Who knows?
Going back to the whole weed thing though, so besides the driving, I think it'll be good.
Okay.
Because, I mean, we'll just say on the state side, the state's going to bring in more money.
Yeah.
Good for them.
I gotcha.
I'm sure our roads will still be shit though. But
of course. Tolls be high, all that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, they have it down to such a science now too. And I don't know. I don't do my research and look all into this. Yeah. I just know basic. But I know it's not like you just smoke and get high. They have it for, anxiety,
medical. Yeah,
you probably
things have
know
been
more
proven.
Than that.
I've saw some research where people were taking medical marijuana, either in the droplets, the oil, stuff like that, and it helped them reduce seizures, seizure medication, and all that stuff. Right. And this is like a natural thing that I feel like it's. Mother Nature or the earth is providing for us.
God put it here for us.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying,
it in some lab.
Yes. Yes. Now, I feel like that it goes past the point when people alter it and lace it with different things.
Fentanyl.
And, people get fucked up with that. Yeah. But just in the natural herbal properties and stuff like that, I think there's a lot that this world has provided for us and stuff like that.
Yeah. And I agree. And what's the difference? I think the reason why it's such like a big thing is because it obviously was illegal. Well, it's been illegal for everyone's majority of their lives, most of the
alcohol was illegal too.
Yeah,
there's prohibition times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
it's just one of those things that like our kids are going to grow up and it's going to be completely normal, and there's not going to be some. Oh, this person smokes after work. That's crazy. Or, it's
they
just
probably wouldn't know the difference either.
No.
They probably would just be normal.
It's going to be normal.
Just like alcohol is now or anything
exactly.
else.
It's like alcohol.
Cigarettes.
Yep. So I think it's good. I don't see what the difference is if you go home and you get drunk or if you go home and you just, eat an edible or whatever, smoke a couple hits or whatever, and you just feel good, relax.
Yeah.
I look at it and
really it's better for you. It's not, organs aren't taking a toll.
Yeah. Your liver and all that stuff.
And obviously everyone has, I'm not biased. It's not like, I'm a pot or, whatever.
I'm not for or against anything and all that stuff. I just,
Now some people look at it and they'll think it'll be bad and think, it's a gateway drug. And now kids in the future are just going to start doing that because it's legal.
They're just going to smoke weed. Do you think there's going to be no productive society.
I look at this, they're going to do what they want anyway, regardless. In the end, they have their own. They can make their own decisions, and anyone who goes home and chooses to either drink or do whatever, that's their business. That's their problem. Right. This is America. You have that freedom of choice. You have that
freedom to do it.
And kids are going to have the same choice, and depends on how they're raised. If they're going to abuse it and do whatever, then that's what they're going to do, regardless, whether it's illegal or not.
Exactly.
Because they still get illegal drugs. They still get,
Absolutely. It
could be, you can say gateway drug, but you still got to go get illegal drugs. And if you're going to do that, then that's your choice. And that's what America's about, man. Choices.
Absolutely. To have that choice, man, to have that freedom to choose.
What do you guys think about first responders and people in
like teachers
jobs, like air traffic controller?
I don't know, man.
Teachers, firefighters.
I feel like it should still be regulated on the point of like alcohol. It should have the same parameters pretty much, like no drinking on a job, no drinking before your job. But how do you?
Right.
Yeah, I think everything should be still like that.
And yes, and I mean, I feel like we'll be so close to, something that they'll come out with where it'll be like a breathalyzer almost.
Yeah,
where
I'm sure
you blow into it and it'll be able to tell if you smoked before work or something.
Yes.
Maybe take your blood. Like a blood.
Are you going to take your blood every single traffic stop?
Right.
Not every single traffic stop.
Every time you go to work.
But if they have enough calls to do that, then it's the same thing with
I think maybe
alcohol.
like a mouth swab. If you're suspected of it, I would guess that just like
if you're clue how they do
suspected of drinking before work or on the job, you do the breathalyzer instantaneously tell that you have alcohol in your system and stuff. Like to have something like that, which I think we're probably going to. I think it'll be really interesting to see. It is
interesting. And that's the whole thing, too, that I kind of still don't understand because we'll take a, first responder or something that, they go to the court and the attorney will use it, did you smoke weed before work? Well, why isn't it a thing now where they're like, did you drink before work?
Well, yeah.
Either way, you're in bad judgment.
It's going to get into that, man. It's from one of the articles that I looked at, they're saying something like it's a slippery slope or something to go upon and all that stuff. So, I mean, they're still working out. This is the first I'm hearing about it and reading stuff in the news articles and all that stuff. So it's going to be interesting to see in the next couple of weeks or months, year or so, stuff like that, until they figure out regulations and everything else.
I mean, yeah, it's just one of those things. I mean, I guess like you don't want to get into an airplane and the pilot just smoke drink before.
Yeah. There's no stopping. But there's no stopping that pilot regardless.
And they're not in the headlines. I don't see,
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to take off to Neverland. It's like, whoa. I'm just trying to go to Florida, buddy.
Get me off this plane right now.
Yeah, I gotta go, man.
There's no stopping whether they want to drink or do it. There's no.
Well, that's another thing
exactly.
Too. Yeah.
So why, I get people coming from with this, and now it's legal, and who's to say they don't? But who's to say when they get off and they have a 3-hour layover, they're not hitting the bar and having
a drink or
4
two
mixed drinks.
But you can have 1 drink or 2, and technically. Anyone can view that as
they probably. I mean, they're on the clock. I think still,
that's
so they probably can't technically drink.
That's body tolerance.
Well, who's to say you can have
as well?
Yeah,
I mean that's true too. Yeah,
you can do 2 shots and be fine.
Yeah,
like Freddie over here.
Yeah,
but
all of us.
Just kidding.
But what's the difference? I mean, I don't. It's crazy. It's like you said. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, man,
it's
we're
interesting.
gonna see what happens. And
I mean, it's good for the state, though. I mean, it's money. It's a lot of money.
That's why I think you hit the nail on the head right there. Said the money part. If they're going to make money, they could do it. They're going to do whatever they can.
Big time.
They'll worry about stuff later.
But I think
we'll worry about that stuff later.
I think a lot of these people too, these higher ups that are, obviously they
making decisions.
That are making these laws and stuff. I think they low key smoke.
Yeah, it's possible, man.
Some of them at least. And now that it's legal, I think now that it's legalized, a lot of people that have never touched it in their life are going to feel more comfortable doing it now because now it's legal.
Now it's legal.
Let me at least try it out and see.
Yeah.
And they might like it. So I think a lot of them still, they smoke here and there.
Now I just want to
definitely will.
Yeah, I want to put a disclaimer out there. I do not condone you drinking or smoking or doing anything
illegal.
Okay.
This is vodka.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Could you imagine?
It's not vodka.
Chug.
That
can we edit that out?
No, that is staying in here, man, the whole time. So
that's
I just
Aquafina.
I want to shout out. Good. I want to shout out to everyone. These are our opinions and what we feel. Let us know what you feel and what your opinion about it is. Put it in the comments below, man. Let us know what you think and
subscribe.
Yeah.
And subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that thumbs up button, man. Let us know what you think and all that stuff. If you're interested in coming on a show, reach out to one of us. Let us know what's going on. Let us know how you feel. If you like this content and you want to change it up or anything else like that, let us know, man. Pretty soon, we're still working on an official name. Once that's done, we're going to get our pages set up on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff. Still working on it, on progress. If you guys have a name or any type of idea, shoot it down in the comments below. And I want to say thank you very much.
Yeah, man.
For you coming out here on short notice. Thank you for your service in the military.
Thank you for the support.
Thank you very much. Freddie here. Awesome. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great day.
Peace.
Later.